In the Yellow Sea, China built the impossible, a 21 square kilometer island to host one of the world's biggest airports. Dalian Jinzhouwan International Airport boasts 4 runways, a seashell-shaped terminal, and capacity for 80 million passengers. It's a $5.5 billion bet on engineering, ambition, and geopolitics. But now, new seismic warnings suggest the entire island might be sitting on a ticking time bomb. Dalian, a bustling port city in China's Liaoning province, has long outgrown its aging Zhoushuizi International Airport. Built nearly a century ago during Japanese occupation, Zhoushuizi handled 19 million passengers in 2018, making it northeastern China's busiest hub. But surrounded by urban sprawl and mountains, it has no room to grow, and its valley location makes flying tricky in bad weather. By 2003, city planners knew a bold solution was needed to keep up with soaring air travel demand. Enter the Dalian Jinzhouwan International Airport, a $4.3 billion mega project to build the world's largest artificial island airport in the Yellow Sea. Spanning 21 square kilometers, it dwarfs Hong Kong's and Kansai's island airports. The idea was born to transform Dalian into a global aviation hub, leveraging its strategic spot near Japan and South Korea for trade and tourism. Planning kicked off in 2003, but construction didn't start until April 2011, when engineers began the daunting task of reclaiming land from the sea. This wasn't just about building an airport, it was about creating an island from nothing. Millions of cubic meters of sand and rock were dredged and dumped into Jinzhou Bay to form a stable base. The project faced delays, including a stalled phase from 2016 due to missing national government approvals. By 2024, the island's foundation was complete, setting the stage for a terminal to handle 80 million passengers yearly. This first step required advanced land reclamation techniques and a vision to rival the world's greatest engineering feats. Why did China bet so big on this offshore giant? The answer lies in Dalian's economic ambitions and the nation's race to dominate global aviation. Building an airport on a man-made island in the Yellow Sea was no small feat. The Dalian Jinzhouwan International Airport required creating a 21 square kilometer landmass from scratch, a process called land reclamation. Starting in April 2011, engineers used massive dredgers to scoop up millions of cubic meters of sand and rock from the seabed. These materials were dumped into Jinzhou Bay, carefully layered to form a stable foundation. The site, 13 miles from Dalian's coast, was chosen for its shallow waters, but the Yellow Sea's strong currents and soft seabed posed serious risks. Engineers had to ensure the island could withstand waves, tides, and potential earthquakes, as Dalian sits in a seismic zone. To combat this, they built a 3.9-mile-long seawall of concrete and stone to protect the reclaimed land from erosion. Over 60 million cubic meters of fill, enough to fill 24,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools, were needed to shape the island. By 2014, the basic outline was complete, but challenges piled up. The soft seabed kept settling, forcing engineers to reinforce the foundation with deep concrete piles driven into the ground. Harsh weather, including typhoons, slowed progress, and costs soared past initial estimates. Local fishing communities also raised concerns about environmental impacts, as dredging disrupted marine life in Jinzhou Bay. Despite these hurdles, the project pushed forward, driven by China's ambition to outdo global rivals like Japan's Kansai Airport. The reclaimed island was a triumph of engineering, setting the stage for the airport's runways and terminal. But could this artificial giant hold up under the weight of its own ambitions? The next phase would test the limits of technology and determination. With the artificial island taking shape in Jinzhou Bay, the Dalian Jinzhouwan International Airport entered its next phase, building the actual airport. By 2016, the reclaimed land was stable enough to support 4 massive runways, designed to handle the world's largest planes, like the Airbus A380. These runways, totaling over 14 kilometers in length, required precision engineering to ensure a smooth, durable surface. Workers laid down layers of concrete and asphalt, reinforced to withstand the constant pounding of heavy aircraft. Alongside the runways, the foundation for a sprawling terminal began to rise, planned to cover 710,000 square meters. larger than New York's Grand Central Station. This terminal was designed to process 80 million passengers annually, with cutting-edge features like automated check-in systems and high-speed baggage handling. Engineers faced intense pressure to meet China's seismic standards, as Dalian's location demanded structures that could endure earthquakes up to magnitude 8. They used advanced dampening systems and flexible joints to make the terminal resilient. Meanwhile, the project hit a major snag. Construction paused in 2016 when national regulators flagged missing environmental and safety approvals. This delay pushed costs beyond the initial $4.3 billion budget and sparked public debate about the project's secrecy. Local media reported little progress until 2018, when work resumed with stricter oversight. The terminal's futuristic design, inspired by a seashell, began to take form, promising to blend beauty with function. Yet, questions lingered about the island's long-term stability and the environmental toll of altering the Yellow Sea's ecosystem. As cranes dotted the skyline and workers raced to meet deadlines, the project's scale became undeniable. Could this mega airport live up to its promise as a global aviation powerhouse? As the Dalian Jinzhouwan International Airport's runways took shape, the terminal emerged as the project's crown jewel. Spanning 710,000 square meters, it was designed to handle 80 million passengers a year, rivaling the world's busiest airports like Dubai and Beijing. Its seashell-inspired architecture, with flowing curves and a glass facade, aimed to reflect Dalian's coastal identity. Inside, the terminal boasted cutting-edge tech, automated check-in kiosks, facial recognition for security, and a baggage system processing 20,000 bags per hour. Engineers integrated smart sensors to monitor everything from crowd flow to energy use, making it one of China's most advanced transport hubs. The terminal's roof, supported by a lattice of steel beams, covered an area larger than 100 football fields. Yet it was built to flex during earthquakes, a nod to Dalian's seismic risks. Construction required 1.2 million tons of steel and concrete, hauled to the island by a fleet of barges. By 2020, the terminal's skeleton was complete, but challenges persisted. Supply chain disruptions and labor shortages, worsened by global events, slowed progress. Costs climbed to an estimated $5 billion, raising eyebrows among analysts who questioned the project's financial viability. Environmental concerns also resurfaced, as marine biologists reported damage to local fish populations and water quality in Jinzhou Bay. Despite these setbacks, the project pushed forward, driven by China's goal to make Dalian a gateway for Northeast Asia. The terminal's design wasn't just about function. It was a statement of ambition, meant to outshine rivals like Japan's Kansai or Hong Kong's airport. As workers installed high-tech systems and polished the gleaming interiors, the world watched. Could this mega airport deliver on its promise? Or would hidden flaws derail its grand vision? As 2024 unfolded, the Dalian Jinzhouwan International Airport entered its critical testing phase. Cargo planes roared down the runways, testing their strength under heavy loads, while engineers ran simulations to ensure the terminal's systems, facial recognition, baggage handling, and AI traffic control worked flawlessly. The goal was to prepare for 80 million passengers and 670,000 flights annually, making it one of the world's busiest hubs. Early tests showed promise, but glitches surfaced. Software bugs delayed baggage systems, and strong Yellow Sea winds exposed flaws in runway drainage. Engineers scrambled to fix these, racing against the 2025 opening deadline. The project's scale drew global attention, with aviation experts praising its ambition, but questioning its cost, now nearing $5.5 billion. The airport promised to boost Dalian's economy, creating 50,000 jobs and linking China's northeast to global markets, like Japan and South Korea. Could this man-made marvel handle the pressure of global aviation and geopolitical stakes, or would unseen cracks threaten its success? In mid-2025, the Dalian Jinzhouwan International Airport stands as a monumental feat, nearly ready to open its gates on a 21-square-kilometer man-made island. Its 4 runways, built to handle giants like the Airbus A380 and its seashell-shaped terminal, spanning 710,000 square meters, are designed for 80 million passengers and 670,000 flights yearly, rivaling global giants like Dubai and Atlanta. Engineers are conducting final tests, calibrating AI-driven traffic systems, energy-efficient cooling, and seismic dampers to meet Dalian's earthquake-prone standards. Domestic flights are set for late 2025, with international routes launching in 2026, aiming to transform Dalian into Northeast Asia's aviation hub, boosting trade with Japan and South Korea. The $5.5 billion project has already sparked economic growth, creating over 50,000 jobs and drawing global businesses to Dalian's shores. Yet challenges persist. Environmental reports highlight a 20% decline in local fish stocks due to dredging, fueling protests from fishing communities demanding compensation. Geopolitical concerns also loom, as the airport's Yellow Sea location raises questions about China's strategic goals near disputed maritime borders. Technical hiccups, like runway drainage issues and baggage system software bugs, require urgent fixes to ensure safety for millions. Despite these hurdles, the project showcases China's engineering might, blending futuristic tech with bold ambition. Its sleek terminal and smart systems could set a new standard for airports worldwide. As the world watches, the stakes are high. Success could redefine global aviation, but failure risks economic and environmental fallout. Can this artificial island withstand nature, politics, and the weight of its own grand vision?